my beloved child. I know there are so many voices inside you. A world filled with noise, urgency, and pressure has forced you to carry yourself just to survive. Every day, you walk as if all is well, yet within you, your soul is silently crying out. And it is in that very silence, where no one else hears, that I hear your cry. Not with ears, but with the heart of the one who loves you more than anyone ever could. There are moments you believe I only dwell in churches, in prayers, or in acts of devotion. But no, my child, I dwell even in the silence you think is meaningless. When you sit alone, unsure of what to say, no longer knowing what to pray, weighed down by exhaustion, that is when I am sitting right beside you. I enter the places no one sees. I am where others walk away. I do not wait for you to do something grand. I simply wait for you to be still and let me come close. For I do not dwell in the noise. I am in the stillness, in the deepest place of your soul, the place the world cannot reach. And in that place, I wait for you. Not rushing, not demanding, just waiting, with a love that never withdraws. You may wonder why you have found yourself here. A moment of curiosity? A random scroll? No, my beloved. I led you here. Nothing is accidental with me. I saw you long before you ever knew me. I have watched your every step, your every stumble, your every sigh in the night. And I knew there would come a moment, this very moment, when your heart would grow weary enough to crave something real, something deeper, something the world could never offer. That longing itself was a prayer, unspoken. Yet I heard it. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because I called you. Not through thunder, not through visions, but with a gentle whisper within your heart. At times, I do not speak loudly because I want you to learn how to listen deeply. And today, as you pause and choose to listen, you are responding to that call, the call of the one who never stopped loving you, who never stopped waiting for you. Do not doubt. Do not believe you are unworthy. Your very presence here is proof that I have touched your heart and that you are beginning your journey home. I do not wait for you to be perfect before coming to me. I do not love you because of the good you do or because you flawlessly keep every rule. I love you because I am love. And true love does not require conditions to exist. Perhaps you have heard things that made you feel you were not good enough to come near me. Maybe you have blamed yourself, pushed me away, thinking I am disappointed in you. But today I speak plainly to you. I speak. I am not disappointed. I understand. I see the conflict within you, the pull toward me and the weight of guilt holding you back. But my child, it is the broken who need healing. It is the weary who need a place to rest. And it is you, in your current state, whom I am inviting. Open your heart, even just a small crack, and I will come in. I will not force the door. I will not cause harm. I simply knock gently and wait, because I honor you more than your own freedom. And if you let me in, I will do what you cannot do alone. I will heal. This is not the ending of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter written in love, grace, and hope, instead of guilt, failure, or pain. You may have spent years in emptiness, chasing something you could not even name. But today, you are pausing. And that is the sign of a beginning not made by effort, but by surrender. When you allow me to step in, It is in that moment that I begin the work of healing. Not through instant miracles, but through daily opening. Through each time you choose trust. Through each whisper you lift to me in quiet. This journey will not be easy. There will be times when you want to turn back, when you want to run, but I will not leave. With every step you take, I walk with you. With every wound you reveal, I gently cleanse. And every time you think you cannot go on, I will remind you. I am here. You are not alone. I will lead you to the place where light never fades. The journey has begun, and I will walk it with you to the very end. My beloved child, I know you're in pain. It's not the kind of pain everyone sees. It doesn't always show through tears or take form in words. It lives deep in your heart, in the place you guard most. Because of that, you think no one notices. But I see it. I see it more clearly than anyone else ever could. I don't just see what you show the world. I see the quiet places in your soul, where your voice fades and your heart hides. There are wounds you've carried for a long time. Wounds from words, from betrayal, from things you hoped for but never received. There have been nights when you turned to the wall and cried alone, mornings when you woke with the weight of a night that never seemed to end. There have been moments when you smiled at others but silently asked, "Why does my heart still feel so empty?" I see it all. Not a moment of your pain escapes me. Not a thought that breaks you apart goes unnoticed. You may not realize it, but I've never turned away. I'm not silent, because I don't care. I've been with you, quietly and gently, even when you couldn't feel me. Even on your worst day, I didn't leave. When you failed, when you couldn't forgive yourself, when you felt like you deserved to be abandoned, I stayed. When others walked away because you weren't strong anymore, when your prayers became silent sighs, that's when I carried you through the darkness. I didn't do it loudly or for attention. I did it to keep you safe. That is how I love. I don't need recognition. I just want you to know you're not alone. I don't love you more when you're doing well, and I don't love you less when you fall apart. My love isn't based on how you feel or what you do. It doesn't change because of your mistakes. It doesn't vanish when you break down or fade when you're lost. In fact, my love shines brighter when you're weak. I didn't come to demand perfection. I came to give you what you can't create on your own: forgiveness, peace, and healing. Maybe you've heard that I'm a judge who only sees your faults. But today, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't come to condemn you. I came to hold you. I'm not looking at you with criticism. I'm opening my arms to you. I'm not giving you a list of things to fix before I love you. I'm reaching for you even if you're lost, and even if you don't believe you deserve it. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to keep it all together to be accepted. Just be honest. Just say, "I'm tired, I'm hurting." That is enough. I don't need you to explain your pain. I only want you to let me in, to the place you've kept hidden, the place no one else has reached. If you let me in, I'll sit with you there. I won't rush your healing or pressure you to change. I'll simply stay with you, present in every shaky breath. I'll listen. I'll be silent with you. I'll cry with you, because I know what your heart needs first isn't answers. It's safety, and that place of safety is me. My love is stronger than any wound. It's stronger than what you thought could never be forgiven. It's stronger than the past you're afraid to remember. It's stronger than all the times you said you no longer believed. Every crack in your heart I want to fill, not to hurt you more, but to restore you with gentle love. I don't ignore your pain. I don't pretend it doesn't exist. I look at it and say, you don't have to live with this forever. I don't just wipe your tears. I change the reason they fall. I don't just soothe your pain. I bring new hope, a future where this pain becomes the story of your healing. And my beloved child, not a single moment of your life is wasted. Even your darkest days have meaning in my eyes, because from the deepest part of your pain, I'll raise up something beautiful. A new person, not held down by the past, not living in fear, not hiding tears out of shame. Let me do this with you. Let me show you that pain isn't the end. It doesn't define you. You don't have to stay in sadness just to honor your memories. You can move forward, not because you've forgotten, but because I've lifted you higher than what once crushed you. You don't have to go through it alone. I know you're hurting. I know you fought just to survive, but from this moment on, I'm inviting you. Don't just survive anymore. Let me help you live fully. No more fear. No more self-blame. No more carrying your wounds like a burden, because I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere, my beloved child. I know the night is always the hardest time. When every sound outside fades, when the world sinks into stillness, that is when your thoughts begin to speak. The memories you've tried to forget return. The voices of blame from your past rise again. The things you hide all day come alive in the quiet, and you start to believe you're alone. You don't say it, but I know that feeling well. That feeling of lying in the dark, eyes wide open, whispering in your heart, "Is anyone there? Does anyone truly understand me? Is anyone still with me?" It's not just loneliness. It's a kind of emptiness so deep that even you no longer recognize yourself. But my child, I want you to know this. No matter how silent everything around you feels, even when no one texts anymore, even when those you relied on have turned away, I'm still there. In the moments when you think no one sees you, when no one understands you, I am closer than ever. Not through a visible form, not with a loud voice, but with a presence that is gentle and steady. I don't leave you in the night. I don't walk away when your heart is weak. In fact, in the darkness, my light shines brighter than ever. I never promised to take away the night, but I did promise to shine through it. Sometimes I won't calm the storm right away, but I will stand with you in the rain. And because of that, you're never truly alone. Just stop for a moment. Breathe slowly, close your eyes, and you will feel me. Not far, not distant, not silent as you fear, but surrounding you with peace the world can't give. You're not alone in the dark room. Not alone in the sound of your broken sobs, not alone on your journey back. Every step you take, I walk with you. You may not hear my footsteps, but that doesn't mean I'm not walking. You may not feel my hand, but that doesn't mean I'm not holding yours. I am here, quiet, patient, and unwavering. Do you remember the days you thought you wouldn't make it? The mornings you didn't think you had the strength to get out of bed. The nights you thought you couldn't survive one more second. And yet you made it through. Not because you were strong, but because I walked with you, day after day, hour by hour. I don't just show up in dazzling miracles. I'm in the smallest things. The sunlight streaming through your window, a kind word from a stranger, a tear gently wiped away, a hug you didn't expect, or even this very moment where your heart begins to rest as you read these words. None of it is coincidence. These are signs, soft reminders that I've never left your side. You may be in the middle of a long season of rain, one where the sky won't stop weeping. But let me walk with you through it. I don't bring an umbrella to shield you from every drop. I bring my shoulder so you can lean on it. I won't promise you'll stay dry, but I promise the rain won't drown you. This storm is part of your journey, not the whole story. Maybe you can't see the light right now. That doesn't mean it's gone. Light doesn't disappear. You're just in the middle of the night, and night, as you know, doesn't last forever. It must end. Because morning always comes. I am the light, and I am coming. Darkness is not the end. It's not proof you've failed. It's not a verdict on your life. On the contrary, the night is where I do my deepest work in your soul, quiet, faithful, and sure. Like a seed buried in the soil, like life forming in the womb, all sacred things begin in the dark. You may feel lost, but I'm leading you. Not to where you want, but to where you need to be. I'm not rushing, because I know that beautiful things take time. I'm not anxious, because I trust the process. And I'm inviting you, trust it with me. Don't fear the night anymore. It doesn't stop me. I don't lose my way in the dark. I see clearly. I see you. I see the path. I see the goodness waiting ahead. Just take one small step. You don't have to run. You don't have to know everything. Just take one step, and I'll take care of the rest. My beloved child, you are not alone in the darkness. I once walked through the darkest place, and now I've come back to take you out of it. Let me lead you to the place where the light never fades. That place isn't just heaven in the future. It is right now within your heart, if you let me stay. Don't be afraid. The night will pass, and the light will come, my beloved child. Maybe throughout your life, you've tried so hard just to be loved. You've learned how to please others, to work hard, to say the right things, to live in ways that keep everyone happy, all in the hope that someone would keep you, see you, and love you. And when you could no longer keep trying, you started to believe you were unworthy. Unworthy of attention, unworthy of forgiveness, unworthy of love. But I tell you this, with all sincerity from my heart. I love you, not because you are worthy, but because you are mine. My love is not like the love you've known. It doesn't come because of what you do, and it doesn't leave because of what you've done. It has no conditions. It has no expiration. It doesn't shift with circumstances. It is simple and everlasting. When I created you, I didn't just form your body. I placed a part of my heart within you, a part that no one else can replace. You are unique and irreplaceable. And that means the love I have for you cannot be replaced by anyone else. You may have lost many things, like honor, relationships, opportunities, or even yourself. But let me make this clear. You've never lost my love. Nothing can separate me from you, and nothing can separate you from me. Not even sin, not even your rejection, not even the times you turned your back and denied me. I haven't turned away. I'm not cold. I don't change like people do. You might have thought, surely God has forgotten me. But my child, if I could forget you, the universe would fall apart, because I hold you in the palm of my hand. I've written your name on my heart. Even if you forget me, I still remember you. I remember every tear you've cried. I remember every time you whispered a prayer in silence. I remember the dreams you once had, the things you used to believe, the promises you made. No matter how many different paths you've taken, I still look at you with tenderness. Not because you've never failed, but because you've never left my love. Maybe you don't believe in me anymore. Maybe you've chosen a path you think is far from me, but you can't make me stop loving you. Nothing in your present, past, or future can make my love for you lessen, not even a little. You might ask, but what if I've done wrong? What if I've hurt others, done bad things, betrayed everything I once stood for? Does that love still remain? And I answer you without hesitation, yes, it still remains, and it always will. Because my love isn't built on your behavior. It is rooted in your identity. You are my child. And I'm not taking that back. I don't say this to make you take your actions lightly. I say this so you'll know that love is the beginning, not the reward at the end. I love you even while you're lost. I love you right in the middle of the process. I don't wait until you've changed. This love, not fear, is what truly transforms you. I know you've thought I'm close only to the righteous, the rule keepers, the reverent. But I don't sit with the perfect. I sit with the grieving, the weak, the rejected. I put my hand on the shoulder of the sick. I share meals with sinners. I reach out to those the world casts aside. Because I am love, and real love doesn't turn away from pain. It bends down to lift it back into the light. I don't say this to make you feel guilty. I say it so you will know that wherever you are, I'm still here. I love you when your faith is strong, and I love you when you doubt. I love you when you pray every day, and I love you when you've been silent for months. My love doesn't waver. It doesn't change with your emotions. It stands like a mountain, deep like the ocean, and soft like morning light. You don't have to do anything more for me to love you more. And there's nothing you've done that could ever make me love you less. That love is the most unshakable part of your life. And today, I whisper to you, not with a loud voice, but with a quiet word from my heart. I love you, and I won't stop loving you, no matter where you go, no matter who you become. Even if you forget who you are, I still remember who you are. You are mine, and my love for you is forever, my beloved child. I see your tears, even the ones you try to hide. I see the ones that fall quietly at night when no one is watching. I see the ones you wipe away quickly before someone notices. I see the tears that come not from pain alone, but from feeling overwhelmed, forgotten, and exhausted. And I want you to know this. Every tear matters to me. None of them are wasted. I collect them like precious jewels because they come from your heart. They carry the truth of your soul, and I hold them gently. The world may tell you that being strong means hiding your weakness, pushing forward without showing emotion. But I never asked you to carry your sorrow alone. I never told you to be unbreakable. In fact, your weakness doesn't push me away. It draws me closer. When you cry, I don't criticize you. I come closer to comfort you. I don't turn away from your sadness. I step into it with you. I sit beside you, and I weep with you. I know how heavy life has felt. I know the weight on your shoulders and the questions in your heart. I know how tired you are of pretending to be okay. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to explain why you're sad or justify why you're tired. Just let yourself feel and let me be near. I don't need you to impress me. I just want you to know you are not alone. Let me wipe your tears and replace them with hope. Not empty optimism, but real hope. A hope that doesn't deny pain, but walks through it with courage. A hope that holds your hand when you feel like giving up. A hope that reminds you your story is not over. I know it hurts. I know sometimes you feel like you've failed, like you're too broken to be healed. But I didn't come for the perfect. I came for the broken. And where you see only fragments, I see the beginning of restoration. I don't just see your sadness. I want to transform it. I don't just notice your tears. I want to turn them into healing. When you think you've reached your end, I'm just beginning my work. When you think all is lost, I see the potential for new life. Your sorrow is not the end of the story. It's the soil from which something beautiful will grow. I won't rush your healing. I won't force you to be okay. I won't expect you to smile when you're still aching. I'll walk with you through every part of this journey without pushing or demanding. I'll meet you in your sorrow and walk you gently toward peace. One step at a time, one breath at a time, one tear at a time. I see the nights when you felt invisible. I see the days you wanted someone to notice your pain, but no one did. I saw you. I heard the prayers you never spoke. I noticed the trembling in your heart when you tried to be brave, and I never left. I never ignored you. I never stopped loving you, not for a moment. Let me remind you now. Your tears are not weakness. They are the language of your soul, speaking what words cannot. They are not a sign that you've failed. They're a sign that you're still alive, still feeling, still hoping, and I honor that. Let me take your sorrow and hold it with care. Let me sit with you in the silence and speak peace over your spirit. Let me show you that what feels like an end is actually the place where I begin to write something new. You don't have to earn healing. You just have to allow it. You don't have to hide your pain. You just have to trust me with it. And when you do, you'll begin to see beauty rising from what once felt like ruin. I'm not ashamed of your tears. I'm not disappointed by your weakness. I'm not tired of your emotions. I am with you, and I am for you, and I will stay. My beloved child, I see how tired you are. I see the way your body slows down, the way your soul sighs even when your lips don't. You've been strong for so long. You've carried more than you ever thought you could, and still you keep going. But there comes a point where strength runs out, where your heart whispers, I can't do this anymore. And I want you to know that moment is not failure. It's an invitation to rest in me. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. You don't have to hold it together every hour of every day. I never asked you to save the world or fix every problem or always be okay. I only asked you to come to me, especially when you're weary, especially when you've reached the end of your strength. I don't judge you when you're tired. I don't look down on you when you can't keep up. I simply open my arms and say, Come rest here. Real rest isn't found in sleeping longer or escaping your worries. Real rest is found in me. I am the place where your soul exhales. I am the quiet where you no longer have to perform, prove, or strive. You can be fully known and fully loved here. You don't need to do more. You don't need to earn anything. You don't even need to explain why you're tired. You only need to let go and be still with me. I walk at your pace. I'm not running ahead expecting you to catch up. I'm walking with you, step by step. If you need to slow down, I will slow down too. If you need to stop, I will sit beside you. I don't rush healing. I don't push tired hearts to pretend they're strong. I offer a place where you can breathe again. A place where you're not defined by how much you do, but by how deeply you're loved. You might feel guilty for resting. You might feel like you should be doing more, fixing more, giving more. But I want you to know there is no shame in resting in me. Rest isn't weakness, it's trust. It's saying, I believe you're still working even when I stop. It's letting me be God and letting yourself be human. Let yourself collapse into my grace. Let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself be still, even if the world keeps spinning. I'm not measuring your worth by your productivity. I'm holding you, simply because you're mine. Some days you won't have the energy to pray. Some days you'll just sit in silence, barely holding on. And that's okay. I hear what your silence is saying. I know what your heart is feeling, and I will not leave. I'll sit with you through the exhaustion, through the fog, through the numbness. I'll hold your hand when you're too tired to lift it in praise. I'll stay beside you when all you can do is breathe. You don't have to fake strength in front of me. I'm not impressed by perfect masks. I'm moved by your honesty. When you whisper, I can't do this, I don't back away. I draw near. I carry what you can't. I lift what's crushing you, and I remind you that your weakness is not the end of the story. Come to me, exactly as you are. Let your weariness fall into my rest. Let your burdens melt in my peace. Let your striving be replaced with surrender. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not expecting more than you can give. I simply want you to come. You are safe here. You are loved here. You are held here. Even in your most exhausted moments, you are never too far, never too broken, never too tired for me. My beloved child, maybe you've grown used to being left behind. Maybe you've heard the word rejected too many times in your life, from friends, from family, or even from your own heart. Words like not enough, unworthy, or unimportant have settled into your memory like invisible scars. And somewhere along the way, you started believing them. You began to think you had no value, that no matter how hard you tried, you would never be good enough to be loved, to be chosen, to be kept. But I've come to tell you a truth you may have forgotten. Even when the world rejects you, I will never abandon you. People may look at you and only see your mistakes. They may judge you by your weakest moments. They may turn away when you no longer meet their expectations. But I am not them. I am the one who saw you before you were formed. I know you completely. Every fear, every dream, every part of you you're still afraid to face. And I still choose you. Not once, but every day. I didn't love you first and then choose you. I chose you first and then loved you with a love that has no conditions, no expiration, and no dependency on how you see yourself. You still have worth. Not because you always do the right thing, but because you belong to me. And what belongs to me, no one has the power to discard. No one can take away what I have already declared precious. You are light, and no one can put that out. Maybe that light has been covered. Maybe it has dimmed because of pain, disappointment, or the voices you've listened to and believed. But the light hasn't disappeared. It's still waiting to shine again. Because it didn't come from people. It came from me. I placed a part of myself within you, a light that darkness cannot overcome. The world may mock, circumstances may press in, people may hurt you, but true light never goes out. And the light in you is still there. I see it even when you feel lost. I see the beauty in you, even when others only see the broken pieces. I see you like a candle in the night. It doesn't need to burn bright. It only needs not to go out. And even that little flicker is enough. With it, I will restore brilliance to your life. You've thought you were forgotten. You've wondered if your prayers vanished into silence. You've assumed that if no one mentions your name, I must have forgotten too. But that could never be true. Because you are not forgotten. You are engraved upon my hands. I don't just remember your name. I carry you with me in every moment. You are not a lost face in a crowd. You are someone I love uniquely. I don't see you as just one among many. I see you as the only one of your kind, and what I engrave on my hands is never erased. Imagine this. Every time I look at my hands, I see you. Not to remind me of disappointment, but to remind me of love. A love that won't give up, won't stop calling, won't stop waiting. You may forget me, but I can't forget you. I'm not just waiting for you to remember me. I'm the one seeking you, not to accuse you, but to remind you of the truth. Your worth has never been lost. It's only been covered in dust, and I've come to gently wipe that dust away. You once believed your past had sealed your future. That what happened, mistakes, failures, wounds, had permanently shaped your destiny. But my child, I say this with all the life in my voice, your future is not defined by your past. It is defined by my calling. I call you not based on where you are now, but on where I'm taking you. I don't see you through the lens of what's happened, but through the love I'm placing on the road ahead. Your past doesn't have the final word. Only I do. I don't deny your past. But I won't let it write your ending. I take what's been broken and create something more beautiful. I take what you thought was worthless and make it a vessel of light. I don't erase your story. I redeem it, so it no longer holds you captive, but becomes a testimony to the power of love. And that love, right now, is calling you back to your true identity. An identity not stained by judgment, not distorted by cruel words, not silenced by past mistakes. An identity of one who is eternally loved, wonderfully made and fully chosen. You still have worth because you never lost it, and when you let me remind you of that truth, you'll discover that you don't just have value, you have purpose. Let me lead you back to who you really are. Not the version others tried to define, but the person I created from the beginning. Walk with me. Because the road ahead is not shaped by your past. It is shaped by hope, written by my own hand, my beloved child. Before you were born, I called you by name. Not when you learned to pray, not when you began to believe, not when you started doing good, but before all of that, when you were only a thought in the world's eyes, yet already a complete plan in mine. You were not formed by accident. You were formed by my choosing, and that truth has never changed, even if you've forgotten it. You are not just a number in the crowd, not a drifting soul caught in the flow of life. You are the one I thought of before creation began. I watched every cell as it came together to shape you. I saw you laugh. I saw you break. I saw you fall. I saw you rise. And in all of it, I made one thing certain. You were chosen. Not chosen because you were better than others, but because you belong to me. And this choosing is not based on your performance. It is rooted in love, a love that does not change, a calling that cannot be revoked, a plan that will not be destroyed by failure or circumstances. I know you have doubted this, because your life has not always made sense. You have asked, if I'm really chosen, why have I gone through so much pain? But my child, nothing you have walked through is meaningless. Every trial, every tear, every loss is being woven together, not to harm you, but to prepare you for something greater. Some things can only be understood by those who have been broken. Only someone who has fallen can help others rise. Only those who have questioned deeply can carry true faith. I do not waste anything in your life. I am using what you once called worthless to shape you for the mission I designed just for you. Every dry season you have endured has pushed your roots deeper. Every storm has softened your heart. Every time you were broken, I did not only see your pain, I saw the healing you would one day carry for someone else. I did not choose you to remain still. I chose you to bring light into dark places, not with loud strength, not with persuasive arguments, but with presence. The presence of someone who has been buried and still lives. Someone imperfect and completely loved. Someone who does not have all the answers, but knows how to listen. Someone who does not pretend to understand everything, but walks gently with real peace. I do not need you to have it all. I just need you to be honest with yourself and with me, and to be willing to let my light shine through the cracks in your soul. Because the most beautiful light does not come from the outside. It shines out from the places that were once the darkest. And that is what I want to do through you. You were not chosen to escape the world. You were chosen to walk right into it and carry something different. You were chosen to live among it without becoming part of it. To speak with the voice of love. To touch those who are hurting without making them feel ashamed. To bring light to corners others are too afraid to enter. Do not believe you are too weak for that. Your weakness is the very tool I use to do miracles. The world chooses the strong. I choose those who need me. The world chooses the skilled. I choose the willing. The world chooses those with answers. I choose those who walk forward even with questions, because they know that the most important thing is not to understand everything, but to trust the one who leads. I have never asked you to never fall. I have only invited you that every time you fall, get back up and keep walking with me. Your weakness does not make me hesitate. It makes me want to be closer. Where you are lacking, I will be your fullness. Where you are empty, I will pour in grace. Where you are anxious, I will become your peace. I am inviting you not only to follow me, but to walk with me in bringing light to others. No stage required, no spotlight needed, only a heart that says, "Lord, even if I do not understand everything, I am willing." And when you say that, heaven answers with a mighty yes. Because when one soul is willing to obey, the world begins to change. And you, my child, are a part of that. You are chosen. Not by chance, not by accident, but because from the very beginning I saw you and said, "I want you to be mine." And today, I am still saying it with love that never fades, with a calling that never falls silent, and with a plan that is still alive and waiting for you to say yes. My beloved child, you've wandered far. I know that. But I want you to know that I never closed the door. No matter how far you've gone, no matter how many turns you took that even you didn't recognize, no matter how much you tried to forget me or pretend I was never there, my door has always remained open. There's no lock, no barrier, no warning sign that says it's too late. Only an open door and a love that never stopped waiting. I've never built walls to keep you out. If there's any wall between us, it was made of guilt, shame, or doubt, none of which came from me. I don't build walls, I build bridges. Bridges made of grace, bridges built with mercy, bridges secured by my own blood, given so that you would always know the way back home exists. You've thought that you've gone too far and there's no way back. But distance doesn't tire me. There's no road too long for me to come find you. No stain too deep for my love to wash clean. No wrong path that I can't turn into the way home. Yes, you turned away. I saw it, but that didn't stop me from waiting. Have you ever noticed? Even when you stopped praying, I still let the sun rise each morning. Even when you no longer mentioned my name, I still carried you through each night. Even when you weren't looking for me, I sent you little signs. A word from someone at just the right time. A song that touched something deep in you. A quiet moment that brought back the memory of something real and sacred. All of it has been me saying I'm still here, not with a look of anger, not with judgment, but with arms wide open. From the moment you turned away until this very second, I know why you walked away. Maybe you were hurt. Maybe you were disappointed. Maybe you prayed and felt I didn't answer. Maybe you trusted me and something painful still happened. I'm not angry about your questions. I don't turn away when you doubt. In fact, I want you to bring those questions to me. Not for an argument, but so I can meet you with my presence. You may think you have to fix yourself before you come back, but I tell you this. It's never too late to come home, and you never have to be perfect first. If you wait until you feel worthy, you'll never walk through the door. But this door isn't open because you're good enough. It's open because I love you more than enough. Come back. Not with fear, but with hope. I don't want you to return like a trembling outcast. I want you to return as a beloved child who wandered, yes, but was always mine. You don't need to bow your head in shame. You need to lift your face and look into my eyes, which have never stopped shining with love for you. I've always called you by name in the same gentle voice. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to list the reasons. You don't need to justify where you've been. I already know. What matters to me isn't how long you've been lost. What matters is that today you've taken a step toward home. Let me wash your feet, the ones that have walked so many dusty, weary roads. Let me wrap you in the robe of mercy. Let me place the ring in your hand, not because you never failed, but because you are still my child and always will be. My beloved child, I haven't changed. My love hasn't faded. My grace hasn't been worn down by time or by your mistakes. I've been here, waiting for you, calling you, keeping the door open, and today I say it again. Come back, not with fear, not with shame, but with hope. What waits for you is not punishment, it's life. It's not judgment, it's a warm embrace. It's not a closed gate. It's a wide and open road. And my child, the first step doesn't have to be perfect. It only has to be honest. If you truly want to come home, let me take care of the rest, my beloved child. I know you've walked a long road, a path marked by wounds, by turning away, by questions without answers, and by silent tears no one else ever saw. But today, you are here, not as someone broken beyond repair, but as a soul being restored, not as one who gave up, but as a beloved child returning with courage. And I want you to know, I am making all things new within you. Not just the surface wounds, not only the memories you remember clearly, but everything. Even the parts you thought were dead, even the dreams you buried long ago, even the places inside you that felt dry from disappointment. I am touching them all, reviving them, and breathing new life into them. You may have believed some things were too late to heal, that certain mistakes couldn't be undone, that there were shadows so deep even light couldn't reach. But I tell you, nothing is ever too late when I am present. I am the one who brings dry bones back to life, the one who makes the desert bloom, the one who lights up even the darkest places. And if I can do that for creation, how much more will I do it for you, the one I love most? You no longer need to live in the past. From now on, you will not live in fear, but in peace. I do not promise a life without trials, but I do promise that in every trial I will be your peace. Not a false stillness, not the quiet that comes from avoidance, but a real and steady peace that stands firm in the storm and is not shaken by the world. The peace I give is not like the peace the world offers. It does not depend on outcomes. It does not come from control. It is not a prize for the worthy. My peace is a gift, and I give it to you today. Let me teach you to live a life not governed by worry. Don't let tomorrow steal today's peace. Don't let uncertainty rob you of my presence right now. You don't need to understand everything. Just believe I am here, and I am enough for you. From now on, you and I will walk together. No more striving alone. No more walking in darkness by yourself. No more searching for something to fill the emptiness, for I will be the one who fills it. Every day you live, I will walk with you. Every turn you take, I will guide you. Every decision you make, if you invite me, I will be there. Not as a distant helper, but as a faithful and close companion. The journey ahead will not always be smooth, but I promise you will never face it alone again. You will no longer wonder if I'm near. You will not have to search for signs or chase feelings. The truth is, I will not leave you. You don't need to hurry. You don't need to prove anything. We will walk together, step by step, day by day. You might stumble. You might grow weary. You might forget. But I won't. I remember every whisper from your heart. I remember every cry for help. I remember even when you turned away, and I am still holding your hand, gently, without letting go. My love is not a fleeting breeze. It is a place of shelter. It is a flame that doesn't burn out. It is a home where you can return, where you can stay, and where you can live as the person I created you to be. You can rest because I am with you today, tomorrow, and forever. Not just in the beautiful moments, but in the mess. Not only in the light, but in the shadows too. Not only when you praise me, but when you doubt, when you feel empty, and when you don't know what to say. I don't only love the best parts of you. I love all of you, completely, without change. And because of that, you can begin again. Not with heaviness, but with peace. Not with guilt, but with hope. Not because you are enough, but because I will always be enough for you.